Hi, kids. Okay. Honey, the camera's over here. Your tab is being recorded. Yep, that's what I want. Okay. All right. Now, so how do I, that's what I want. Okay. Anyhow, so guys, yesterday we talked about kids, the argument board. We talked about getting our rubric for the week and how you were going to be graded. And yesterday, kids, we did not have the argument board. I didn't have it up. Well, guys, it's up today. And there's two sides, kids. There's the evidence to support the statement, the moon gets its light from the sun. Okay. Now, kids, on the other side, on the right-hand side, there's evidence to refute. Kids, to refute something is to say, no, it's the exact opposite. So kids, to refute, you would say the moon does not get its light from the sun. And we're going to look for evidence for that. Now, guys, which side do you think is going to be harder? The refuting, the refute side. Kids, we're going to look for evidence today that the moon gets its light from the sun. Now, something to keep in mind. Kids, is the only evidence written? Could it ever be like, say, a picture? Yeah. Okay, so kids, and you don't even have to take the picture. But kids, if you're going to take a picture off of the internet, you need to give credit to who took that picture. So copy that HTTP www. Okay, are you with me? Okay. Now, kids, so just keep that in mind. Now, kids, I'm going to go into classwork. You do not need to do this. I just want to show this to you. Kids, I'm going to go into week 24. Maybe someday when I'm old and gray. Okay, older and grayer. All right. Now, kids, yesterday I made a video for you explaining how we were going to use Amplify this week. Kids, I did get a little wordy, but then who's surprised by that? Kids, I would encourage you to watch this. I am making another video today to remind you how we do things in Amplify. Guys, we're also going to be in Amplify, but you don't need to log in right now. Kids, we're also going to be working on our bell ringers. Now, I think I went over this yesterday, but kids, just very quickly, in your week 24 bell ringers, someday when I'm old and grayer, but my nails are going to look good. Okay. Now, kids, so yesterday, did I show you, guys, how to add a drawing or add? Did I show you that? Okay, then we're good. Kids, here's the key, though. Here's the key for 1 and 2. Guys, what is the order? Is it sun, moon, earth? Or is it sun, earth, moon? Kids, one of them is a solar eclipse and one of them is a lunar eclipse. So you really got to make sure, kids, that you get that right. And then, kids, down here on number 3, come on. Down here on number 3, kids, I think the question said, this can only occur during what kind of moon? Kids, a lunar eclipse can only occur during a what phase of the moon? Okay. And when I looked this up, kids, that took me 2 different searches in the Google search engine. Are you with me?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now, kids, I'm going to close that. I'm going to go into our Google Classroom, week 24. I don't know why my mouse is so slow. Okay, kids, I'm going to go into Amplify, and remember that you use your school Gmail account. It's not going to let you in if you use anything else. The other thing to do, guys, is to remember to use the search engine for Google or Chrome. And the way that you do that here on the school computers is to go into the Finder down here at the bottom. Go into the Finder, kids. Here, I'll just do it real quick. Go into the Finder. Okay, nothing on this computer is quick. Go into the I don't want the airdrops. Go into the applications, should be over here somewhere, and find Google Chrome. Okay, so I don't know what all this is about, but it's not what I want.
Your camera.
Oh, okay. All right. Now, kids, when you sign in to lesson 1.2, this is what you're going to see. But remember, guys, right down here, kids, there's 5 activities that we want to do. Now, yesterday, guys, did we get to do the warm-up?
No.
No. Okay. Well, I'll tell you what, guys. I'm going to scroll down here just a little bit. And we're going to work through these slides. And so we're going to kind of go in order. It just helps me stay organized, which is kind of a feat in itself. And someday. Okay, here we go, guys. Someday. Maybe. Someday. So kids, while we're waiting, see this line that goes right down here on the moon? Okay. Kids, that is the secret for today. Just saying. That's what we're going to be talking about. All right, here we go, kids. Let's try to present this. Yada, yada, yada. Okay. Thank you for being patient. Come on, you can do it. Okay. Now, okay, the warm up, guys. Okay. This is not what I want. This is what I want. Okay. So kids, the warm up on page 6 in your workbooks, on page 6, guys, I'm going to play a little song. By the end of this song, kids, I want page 6 done. Okay. Now, did we get this done yesterday?
Yes.
We already did this. Yay. Okay. Now, kids, did I tell you about when I was a little kid and I thought that I saw? So, kids, this is a true story. When I was a little kid in 1968, it was the first landing on the moon. So, kid, it was a big deal. Big deal. And we were watching on the TV. NASA had interrupted programming to show us what was going on in the moon. And kids, so we were huddled around this black and white TV. Kids, it was a little bit bigger than the computers, but way deep. I mean, it was huge and so heavy.
Interruption.
Oh, please
Would
do.
all spelling bee participants please come down to the middle school office? Thank you.
Okay. So kids, we were watching on the TV, on the black and white TV, what was going on the moon. And so we saw Neil Armstrong get out of the spacecraft and hop down onto the moon. And literally, kids, it was a hop. Everywhere he went, it was a hop. And so kids, I'm watching on the TV and I'd run outside and I'd look up at the sky. Kids, could I see the moon?
No.
It was a daylight.
No.
Yeah, probably not. But I'd look up at the sky. Oh my
During the
gosh.
interruption, would all spelling bee participants please come down to the
You
commons?
just said this.
Mr. Carls will walk over to the high school with you. Thank you.
Okay. Now, so kids, so I'm running outside, I'm looking up, and seriously, kids, in my mind, in my little 6-year-old brain, kids, this is what I was seeing. Really? Not really. Okay. This is what was on the TV in black and white. There was none of this color business. But kids, this is what I was seeing in my mind. So, kid, this was just awesome in my lifetime. This is how we regularly think of the moon, is over here. Now, kids, really, is the moon an orangish color? No. Kids, see how close this is to the horizon? The thing that causes this moon to appear orange is no, but that's a good guess. One of the kids this morning said Mars. That's a good guess. Kids, it's actually, this would be called a harvest moon. And the reason I know that is because of this color. Kids, it's caused by all of the dirt and the dust that gets tossed up into the air when the farmers are tilling. Okay, kids, we also see a moon like this during the fire season. When it gets really red?
Like that one, like they call it a bloody moon.
The blood moon. Yep. Yeah. Kids, that's what's causing it's the atmosphere on the earth interfering with how we see the moon. Kids, when this gets up a little bit higher, kids, it'll go back to that whitish, grayish color that we would expect to see. So hopefully, kids, you got some of those thoughts down on page 6. Now, the next thing, taking pictures of the moon, yada, yada, yada. Okay, we already did that. Guys, did we get to watch the video? No. Okay.
The bell rang like right after we did that.
Okay, so here we go. Okay, and is it just me or is this guy kind of a grumpy Gus? Now, on page 7, in your workbook, page 7, kids, wherever you can write this, maybe it would be better if we put this down on page 8. Just thinking out loud. Kids, maybe at the bottom of page 8, okay, down here at the bottom, kids, I want you to write these questions, and I want you to write them in green because we are going to get some facts. What qualifications, here, kids, I'll pull it up on the computer. Maybe. Okay, what qualifications does Eric Wu have? Eric Wu, E-R-I-C, Wu, capital W-U. Hang on, honey, I'm pulling it up. Excuse me.
Are you still recording?
Yeah.
Now they'll hear the whole class conversation.
Well, you know what? To my mind, that's not a bad thing.
They could probably hear us talking.
Okay. Page 7. In your workbook. Maybe. No. Here we go. Page 7 in your workbook. Kids, I want you to write down these questions. And honestly, guys, maybe we want to put these on page 8. Okay, down at the bottom. Yeah, so I need to change that. All right. Holy guacamole, is that ever small? Okay, I'm making it big. I'm trying to.
Highlight it, triple click on the sentence.
Ah, there we go. Oh, there we go. Okay, let's make this big. Come on.
Oh, perfect.
Okay, and we're writing this in green. Okay, because this is, green is text evidence. And kids, I'm going to change that to page 8. Okay. What qualifications does Eric Wu have to offer this job? And who does he consult to get the job going? He asks someone for help. I'm not so worried about the name of the person, but I am wondering what kind of a person he asked. Probably not his mom or dad, although his mom and dad might be really smart. He didn't go to them. Okay, now kids, if you notice, the word Terminator is in blue. Kids, in our annotation guide, kids, blue means that it's a new word. And please don't tell me that it's a movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger in it.
How many people have said that today?
Oh my gosh.
We haven't
Yeah.
said it yet.
Okay. In 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, feel free, kids, to stay up here so that you can watch the video. Here we go. I'm going to put this in present mode. And here we go.
Maybe.
Yeah, baby, someday. Okay, we ready? Set. Go. Here we go. Maybe.
Come in. Hi. Eric Wu, right?
Yeah,
Did you bring your stuff? Let's see it.
right, of course.
So, Eric, why do you think you'd be a good fit for About Space magazine then?
I saw the ad for the freelance astrophotographer, and I mean, I love space, and I'm a photographer, so I think I would.
I don't see any astrophotography in here. But I do like your work, so I'm going to give you a test assignment. If you do well, you get paid. If you don't, we'll just forget about it. How's that sound?
That sounds good.
We're planning an issue on the Earth's moon. So I need some photographs of some lunar features. Rupus Gauchi, the Plato crater, but most importantly, I need a photograph of the cover of the Copernicus crater. It's one of the most prominent craters on the moon. Have you got that?
Rupus Cauchy, Plato crater, and the Copernicus crater. I'm on it.
Now, lunar photography can be a bit tricky, so would you like the advice of the star photographer?
No, thanks. I think I know what I'm doing.
All right. Well, good luck.
Right.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'll get to work.
Okay, bye-bye.
Next week, we will go over Chapter 4. Make sure to get outside. The meteor shower will peak over the weekend.
Mr. Torres. can you help me? I have no clue what I'm doing. I'm trying to photograph some moon features for an astronomy magazine, but when I took the pictures last night, they barely stand out.
Can't see much, can you?
What should I do?
Well, have you heard of the Terminator?
The robot movie?
No. Terminator is the astronomical term for the border between light and dark on the face of the moon. So when a Terminator is near your feature, it's the best time to take a photo.
Oh, okay, great. But how do I know when that will be?
Here, borrow this guy to the night sky. And if you have any other questions, I have some students who can help you out.
Thanks.
Okay. Amplify science. Kids, isn't this just the best? Now,
He's a grumpy old man.
I think he is. Now, so kids, did you get on page 7, did you get what are Eric's 2 qualifications? If not, kids, you can watch the video again at home. Now, Eric Wu, has sent you a letter. Okay, you are the student astronomers. Thanks for helping me with my assignment. As you know, the editors of About Space magazine have asked me to photograph 3 famous features on the surface of the moon. See the attached graphic, kids, it's right here. I can't wait to start taking pictures, but I want to make sure that I take them at the right time. I've heard that the best time to take pictures of the moon features is when they are near the Terminator. Kids, that's a new word. Here is the definition: the border between light and dark on the moon. Kids, on page 7 or 8, did you write down the definition as well? Good, good, good. Okay, now he asks, does that mean that I can take these pictures on any clear night? Or can I only take these pictures on some nights? Thanks for helping me out. Okay. Now, kids, if you didn't get the definition written down, it's the same definition that's in your glossary, but I'm going to keep moving. Okay, kids, right here is a picture of the Terminator. Now, you can see it's kind of shadowy. But truly, kids, the moon is not nice and smooth. And so it's going to produce that kind of shadowy effect. Okay? Now, taking pictures on the moon. Kids, when can Eric Wu take pictures of the moon, guys? Is it claim 1 or claim 2?
One.
He can take pictures any night, or he can take pictures only on some nights when these are close to the Terminator. 2. Okay, all right. Keep that in mind, guys. Okay. What are your thoughts about the questions and the claims, guys? Yeah. Okay, kids, do you have this definition on page 5? A moon is a rocky sphere that travels around a planet. Kids, if you don't have this, it is on page 119 in your workbook. Okay, throughout the unit, you can look up the vocabulary words in the glossary to help you understand what they mean. And kids, those are on pages 119 and 120. Okay, even though Eric Wu is trying to photograph the moon, we'll need to learn how the Earth, the moon, and the sun all work together as part of a system in order to help him out. And so, kids, that's what we're going to be doing this week. Now, kids, here's the chapter 1 question. Why is there a border between light and dark on the moon? Kids, that's in your reading. Today, we'll investigate this question. Where does the moon get its light? Because, kids, it does not make its own light. So where does it come from? Now, kids, we're going to find evidence. Guys, Mrs. Freivalds has been kind enough to get us some books. Here, you can also search online, okay, in investigating light on the moon. Okay, we've seen some evidence about light on the moon by looking at some images. Images are important. They're an important source of evidence for scientists, but scientists also use simulations to collect evidence. Today, we're going to use a digital simulation to find out more about where the moon gets its light. And kids, this is where we can go on and play, explore our sim. And I'll remind you how to get there. You'll be using this sim throughout the unit. It is a model of the Earth, the moon, and the sun system, similar to the models that real astronomers use to study outer space. Kids, we can't just hop in a rocket and go out there. Now, guys, these questions right here are on page 7 in your workbook. I'm trying to get to them. Kids, I will expect that these questions are answered the next time I see you in class. Okay? All right. Now, kids, there's going to be some specific questions that you will need to find.
Excuse the interruption.
What did you
I need
observe
the following
as
students
you
to
explored
come
the
to the
sim?
middle school office. Tori Brandel, John Brown, Emilio Davalos, Landon Ishimoto, Lily Keebler, Ray Keppa, Ari Lavin, and Mallory Martin. Thank you.
Now, kids, to get to this, remember that you need to go into the Amplify curriculum. Kids, remember up here, the Amplify hamburger?
Yes.
Click on the Amplify hamburger. Kids, scroll down and go to the Earth, Moon, and Sun simulator. And this is where, kids, you're going to find the answers to your questions. Now, kids, there's one other thing that you need to do this week, and that is to read the article on page A1 and 2. Kids, the solar system is huge. All right? Kids, you need to read and annotate that article. What does it mean when I say annotate?
You said it yesterday.
Take notes.
Take notes.
Take notes. That's all.
Take
Okay? Kids, do good. Do good and take good annotation.